Tonight we have a selection of Christmas songs, poems and some humorous sketches. I'll be starting tonight with a poem by Mike Milligan called I Must Go Down to the Sea Again. That'll be followed by Jim singing another Mike Milligan song, I'm Walking Backwards for Christmas. I must go down to the sea again, to the lonely sea in the sky. I left my shoes and socks there. I wonder if they're dry.
I'm walking backwards for Christmas across the Irish Sea. I'm walking backwards for Christmas. It's the only thing for me. I've tried walking sideways and walking to the front, but people they just look and say it's a publicity stunt. So I'm walking backwards for Christmas to prove that I love you. An immigrant land loved an Irish collie from Dublin Galway. He longed for her arms, but she spurned his charms, and he sailed o'er the foam away. She left the land by himself on his own, all alone and sorrowing. And sadly he dreamed, or at least that's the way it seemed, that an angel choir for him did sing. I'm walking backwards for Christmas across the Irish Sea. I'm walking backwards for Christmas. It's the only thing for me. I've tried walking sideways and walking to the front, but the people they just look and say it's some publicity stunt. So I'm walking backwards for Christmas across the Irish Sea. Across the Irish Sea.
As soon as Wolf began to feel that he would like a decent meal, he went and knocked on Grandma's door. When she opened it, she saw the sharp white teeth, the horrid grin, and Wolfie said,
"May I come in?"
Poor Grandma was terrified. "They're going to eat me up," she cried, and she was absolutely right. He ate her up in one big bite. But Grandmama was small and tough, and Wolfie wailed,
"That's not enough. I haven't yet begun to feel that I have had a decent meal.
He ran around the kitchen yelping,
I've got to have a second helping.
then added with a frightful leer,
I'm therefore going to wait right here till Little Red Riding Hood comes home from walking in the wood."
He quickly put on Grandma's clothes. Of course, he hadn't eaten those. He dressed himself in coat and hat. He put on shoes, and after that, he even brushed and curled his hair, then sat himself in Grandma's chair. In came the little girl in red. She stopped, she stared, and then she said,
"What great big ears you have, Grandma!"
All the better to hear you with.
the wolf replied.
"What great big eyes you have, Grandma!"
Said Little Red Riding Hood.
All the better to see you with.
Wolf replied. He sat there watching her and smiled. He thought,
I'm going to eat this child. Compared with her old grandmama, she's going to taste like caviar.
Then Little Red Riding Hood said,
"But Grandma, what a lovely great big furry coat you have, huh?"
That's wrong.
cried Wolf.
Have you forgot to tell me what big teeth I've got? Ah, well, no matter what you say, I'm going to eat you anyway.
The small girl smiles. One eyelid flickers. She whips the pistol from her knickers. She aimed it at the creature's head, and bang, 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 she shoots him dead. But what a change. No cloak of red, no silly hood upon her head. She said,
Hello, and do please note my lovely furry wolfskin coat. Mother Christmas by Rodin. Where are thou, Mother Christmas? I only wish I knew. Why father should get all the praise and no one mentions you. I bet you buy the presents and wrap them large and small, when all that time that rotten swine pretends he's done it all. So, hail to Mother Christmas, who shoulders all the work, and down will fall the Christmas, that a mitigation jerk.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy olden days long ago. Faithful friends draw near to us, got near to us once more.
you ate all my cookies, I assume my missing gifts are a mistake. I will give you 1 week to fix this. Jenny.
I'm sorry you're disappointed with your presents. You asked for a very expensive present, and Santa can only do so much. You need to learn to be grateful for what you have, not for what you don't. If you continue to complain, I will have no choice but to put you back on the naughty list next year.
Dear Fatty, your threats don't scare me. I played your game and you did not deliver. That is not okay. I will give you 1 week and then you will pay. P.S. I don't know why you care about being expensive when you have elf slaves to make things for you. I think you are naughty for having slaves.
You are being a very bad girl. Because you cannot be happy with what you have, I have spoken to your parents and I have told them to take away your iPhone 16. Now, you have nothing. I am very disappointed in you, Jenny. You will need to be an extra good girl next year if you want to get back on my good list.
Dear Santa, I do not like that stunt you played with my parents. You are on my naughty list. Be very afraid. You look slow and easy to kill. Enjoy your cookies next year, because there will be a surprise in them for you. You fatty you. I hope you fall off your sleigh and break your whatever. Jenny.
You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not howl, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, he's checking it twice, he's gonna find out who's all your nights. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not howl, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town.
The Train of the Pigs by Roald Dahl. The animal I really dig, above all others, is the pig. Pigs are noble, pigs are clever, pigs are courteous. However, now and then, to break this rule, one meets a pig who is a fool. What, for example, would you say if strolling through the woods one day, right there in front of you, saw a pig who built his house of straw? The wolf who saw it licked his lips and said,
That pig has had his chips. Little pig, let me come in.
No, by the hairs of my chinny chip chip.
Then I'd huff, and I'd puff, and I'd blow your house in.
The little pig began to pray, but Wolfie blew his house away. He shouted,
Bacon, pork, and ham. Oh, what a lucky wolf I am.
and though he ate the pig quite fast, he carefully kept the tail to last. Wolf wandered on, trifle bloated. Surprise, surprise, for soon he noted another little pig. And this one had been built of twigs.
Little pig, let me come in.
No, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Then I'd huff, and I'd puff, and I'd blow your house in.
The wolf said,
Okay, here we go.
He then began to blow and blow. The little pig began to squeal. He cried,
Oh, Wolf, you've had one me. Why can't we talk and make a deal?
The wolf replied,
Not on your Nelly.
and soon the pig was in his belly.
2 juicy pigs,
Wolf cried,
but still I'm not quite satisfied. I know how full my tummy's bulging, but oh, how I adore indulging.
so creeping quietly as a mouse, the wolf approached another house, a house which also had inside a little piggy trying to hide.
You'll not get me.
The piggy cried,
I'll blow you down.
the wolf replied,
You need,
pig said, pig said,
a lot of puff, and I don't think you've got enough.
wolf huffed and puffed and blew and blew. The house stayed up as good as new.
If I can't blow it down,
Wolf said,
I'll have to blow it up instead. I'll come back in dead of night and blow it up with dynamite.
pig cried.
You brute, I might have known.
Then picking up the telephone, he dialed as quickly as he could the number of Red Riding Hood.
Hello?
She said,
Who's speaking? Who? Oh, hello, Pig. How do you do?
pig cried,
I need your help, Miss Good. Oh, help me, please. Do you think you could?
I'll try, of course.
Miss Hood replied,
What's your problem?
pig cried,
A wolf.
and pig cried,
A wolf. I know you dealt with pigs before. Can you help me once more?
My darling Pig.
she said.
My sweet. That's really up my street. But I'm just about to wash my hair. But when it's dry, I'll be right there.
A short while later through the wood came striding brave Miss Red Riding Hood. The wolf stood there, his eyes ablaze, and yellowish like mayonnaise. His teeth were sharp, his gums were raw, and spit was dripping from his jaw. Once more the maiden's eyelids flickers, she draws the pistol from her knickers. Once more she hits the vital spot and kills him with a single shot. Pig peeping through the window stood and yelled,
Well done, Miss Riding Hood.
Ah, Piglet, you must never trust young ladies from the upper crust. For now Miss Red Riding Hood, one notes, not only has she 2 wolfskin coats, but when she goes from place to place, she has a pigskin travelling case.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10. It's Christmas again. With candy canes and silver things that glow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store. But the prettiest sight you see is the hollow afternoon. A pair of
demonstrate to you how to make a Christmas cake. This is a long-held family recipe handed down from father to son for many years. To make this Christmas cake, you will need the following: 1 cup of water, 1 cup of sugar, 4 large brown eggs, 2 cups of dried fruit, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, lemon juice, a cup of nuts, and a bottle of whiskey. Sample the whiskey to check for quality. Take a large bowl. Check the whiskey again. To be sure it's of the highest quality. Pour 1 level cup and drink. Repeat. Turn on the electric mixer. Beat 1 cup of butter in a large fluffy bowl. Add 1 teaspoon of sugar and beat again. Make sure the whiskey is still okay. Cry another towel. Turn off the mixer. Beat 2 eggs and add to the bowl. And chuck in a cup of dried fruit. Mix on the tuner. If the fried fruit gets stuck in the beater, try it loose with a juice wedge. Sample the whiskey to check for tonsillicity. Next, sieve 2 cups of salt or something. Who cares? Check the whiskey. Now, sieve the lemon juice and strain your nuts. Add 1 tablespoon of sugar or something, whatever you can find. Grease the oven, turn the cake to 350 degrees. Don't forget to beat off the tuner. Throw the ball out the window. Check the whiskey. And go to bed.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we've no place to go, there's no, there's no, there's no. Oh, it doesn't show signs
money, my Pamares. It was Christmas Eve and a Friday, and the shops were full of cheer, with tinsel in the windows and presents twice as dear. 1,000 Father Christmases sat in their little huts, and folk were buying crackers and folk were buying nuts. Up and down the country, before the light was snuffed, turkeys they got murdered and cockerels they got stuffed. Christmas cakes got marzipaned, and puddings they got steamed. Mothers they got desperate and little kitties screamed. 100 of Christmas cards went flying to the post, with first-class postage stamps of those you wish to flatter most. Within 1 million kitchens, mince pies were being made, and everybody's radio, White Christmas it was played. Out in the frozen countryside, men crept round on their own, hacking off the holly what other folk had grown. Mistletoe and willow trees was by a man writ clear, so he could kiss his neighbour's wife he'd fancied all the year. And out upon the hillside, where the Christmas trees had stood, all was completely barren but for little stumps of wood. The little trees that flourished all the year were there no more, but in 1 million houses dropped their needles on the floor. And out of every cranny, cupboard, hiding place and nook, little bikes and kitties' trunks were secretively took. Yards of wrapping paper were rustled round about, and bikes were wheeled to bedrooms with the pedals sticking out. Rolled up in Christmas paper, the action men were tensed, all ready for the morning when their fighting life commenced. With Tommy guns and daggers all clustered round about, peace on earth, goodwill to men, the figures seemed to shout. The church was standing empty. The pub was standing packed. There came a yell, Noel, Noel, and glasses they were cracked. From up above the fireplace, Christmas cards began to fall, and trodden on the floor said, Merry Christmas to you all.
Santa baby, stick the same along to the tree for me. Beating all the way, Santa baby, now hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby, a 54 convertible Jeep like me. I'll wait up for you, dear Santa baby, now hurry down the chimney tonight. Think of all the fun I missed. Think of all the feathers that I haven't kissed. Next year I could be so good if you check me off that Christmas list. Santa baby, I want a yacht, and maybe that's not a lot. Being an angel, Santa baby, now hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby, what I really need is the deed and the feet. I will pay you the price, Santa baby, now hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa honey, and fill my stocking with the jewels and checks. Sign your rings on Santa baby, now hurry down the chimney tonight. Come and trim my Christmas tree with decorations by that Tiffany. I really do believe in you. Let's see if you believe in me. Santa baby, forgot to mention one I don't know about Santa baby, now hurry down the chimney tonight. Hurry down the chimney tonight. Hurry down the chimney tonight.
busy sidewalks, city sidewalks, dressing holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile, and on every street corner you'll hear silver bells, silver bells, silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, hear them ring, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Streets of streetlights, even spotlights, big bright red and green, as the shoppers rush home with their treasures. Hear the snow crunch, see the trees bunch. This is Santa's big scene, and above all the bustle, you'll hear silver bells, silver bells, silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, hear them ring, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Soon it will be Christmas Day.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs by Roald Dahl. When little Snow White's mother died, the king her father up and cried.
Oh, what a nuisance, what a life. Now I must find another wife.
It's never easy for the king to find himself that sort of thing. He wrote to every magazine and said,
I am looking for a queen.
at least 10,000 girls replied and begged to be the royal bride. The king said with a shifty smile,
I'd like to give each one a trial.
however, in the end he chose a lady called Miss Holmes, who brought along a curious toy that gave her endless joy. That was a mirror made in glass, a magic, talking, looking glass. Ask it something day or night, it always got the answer right. For instance, if you were to say, oh mirror, what's for lunch today? The mirrors would say, in a trice,
Today it's scrambled egg and rice.
now every day week in and out, the spoiled and stupid queen would shout.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of all?
The mirror answered every time,
Oh, madame, you're the queen sublime. You're the only one to charm us. Queen, you are the cat's pajamas.
for 10 whole years the silly queen repeated the absurd routine. Then suddenly, one awful day, she heard the magic mirror say,
From now on, queen, you're number 2. Snow White is prettier than you.
the queen went absolutely wild. She yelled,
I'm going to scribe that child. I'm going to cook her flaming goose. I skin her and have her rotten guts for dinner.
she called the huntsman to her study. She shouted at him,
Listen, buddy, you drag that filthy child outside and see you take her for a ride. Thereafter, spit her ribs apart and bring me back her bleeding heart.
the huntsman dragged the lovely child deep, deep into the forest wild. Fearing the worst for Snow White's fate, she cried,
Oh, please, me a break.
The knife was poised, the arm was strong. She cried again.
I've done no wrong.
The huntsman's heart began to flutter. It melted like a pound of butter. He murmured,
Okay, beat it, kid.
and you can bet your life she did. Later, the huntsman made a stop within the local butcher shop, and there he bought, for safety's sake, a bullock's heart and one nice steak.
Oh Majesty, oh Queen,
He cried,
that rotten little girl has died, and just to prove I didn't cheat, I brought you back these bits of meat.
the Queen cried out,
Bravissimo! I trust you, Peter. Nice and slow.
and this is the disgusting part. The Queen sat down and ate the heart. I only hope she cooked it well. Boiled heart can taste as tough as hell. While all of this was going on, where had Snow White gone? She found it easy, being pretty, to hitch a ride into the city. And there she got a job unpaid as general cook and parlour maid. 7 funny little men, each one not more than 3 for 10. Ex-horse race jockeys, all of them. These 7 dwarfs were awfully nice, were guilty of one shocking vice. They squandered all of their resources at the racetrack backing horses. And when they hadn't backed a winner, none of them got any dinner. One evening, Snow White said,
Look here, I think I've got a great idea. Just leave it all to me, okay? And no more gambling till I say.
that very night at eventide, young Snow White hitched another ride. And then when it was very late, she slipped in through the palace gate. The king was in the counting house, counting out his money. The queen was in the parlour, eating bread and honey. The footman and the servants slept, so no one saw her as she crept on tiptoe through the palace gate and grabbed the mirror off the wall. As soon as she had got it home, she told the senior dwarf, or gnome, to ask it what it wished to know.
Go on,
She shouted.
have a go.
He said,
Oh, mirror, please don't joke. Each one of us is stony broke. Which horse will win tomorrow's race? The Ascot Gold Cup steeplechase.
the mirror whispered, sweet and low, the horse's name is Mistletoe. The dwarfs went absolutely daft. They kissed young Snow White fore and aft. They rushed away to raise the dough with which to back old Mistletoe. They pawned their watches, sold the car. They borrowed money near and far. For much of it they had to thank the manager of Barclays Bank. They went to Ascot, and of course, for once they backed to the winning horse, thereafter every single day, the mirror made the bookies pay. Each dwarf and Snow White got a share, and each one was soon a millionaire. Which shows that gambling's not a sin, provided that you always win.
Way of cold flickers in the sky. Tiny star lights up way up high. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass where a child is born. Silent wish sails the seven seas.
lion down the hill. His house was full of gladness, and the belly full of fear. When up spoke Private Shorthouse, his face cold as brass. We don't want your Christmas pudding, you can stay here all
Tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Christmas Day in the heron, all the units were standing round, and hundreds of beautiful women were stretched out on the ground. Where stood the big consultant and the gate and cardinal ball. See what you want from Christmas, boys, and the eunuchs and so.
Tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhyme, with lots on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the goods that we see. A time for living, time for believing, time for trusting and not deceiving. Love and laughter and joy ever after, all's for the taking of all the master. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhyme, with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see.
It's a time for giving, a time for getting, a time for forgiving and for forgetting. Christmas is love, Christmas is peace, a time for hating and fighting to cease.
Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhyme, with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing Christian rhyme, with logs on the fire and gifts on the tree. A time to rejoice in the good that we see. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Please have snow and mistletoe, and presents on the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dream. I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents
I'll be home for Christmas. If only
I'll be